Merry meet Virgo, Virgo sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Virgos starting today, the 27th of November, 2024. This is Ariel, and today I'm reading with the Visconti Sforza Tarot deck, and I've already purified with this beautiful Roger & Gallet Extra Vieille cologne. You can find links in the video description of this video on YouTube to purchase those products should you desire to do so. See what's in the cards for all you beautiful, gorgeous Virgos. Starting out with the Seven of Cups, followed by the Queen of Swords. Yikes. And then the Ten of Wands. Okay, there is a lot of wonderful upgrade. There are wonderful things that have started happening in your favor. And many of those things are happening on an internal level. So it takes time, right, before the internal world to manifest. But you know that I'm right. You know, if you look back, things are you're looking at things with new eyes in many ways. Things seem to be improving, and they want to continue to improve, which is why Miss Thing shows her lovely little face. This is the Queen of Swords. I used to call her my inner bitch. I still do sometimes. She's that part of the ego that's very sly, very cunning, and wants to sow seeds of discontentment and conflict for the sake of it. She has no good, positive function. She just wants to do all over anything good. And she does it in a way that we often don't notice because she's so sly. But if you are aware that she's there, it's helpful because you'll hear the little things that you say under your breath while you're driving in a parking lot or, whatever. That's where I notice her, when noticing how people drive, at Costco or something. That's a breeding ground for her because she can come up with all kinds of horrible things that are happening that aren't really that important, right? But most of all, Virgo, it's not so much that, although it's there, you can listen, you can catch her on that, but it's the way she talks about you that concerns me the most. What are the kinds of things that you're saying about yourself under your breath? That you catch yourself and start catching yourself, and don't make yourself wrong for it because that's her whole MO. Find a way to make yourself wrong. Find a way to make yourself feel bad about yourself. When you notice it, just call it out as Queen of Swords or whatever else you like. It doesn't have to be Queen of Swords, but that's what I use. When I notice myself saying things like, oh, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I did. Oh, Queen of Swords. Calling her out is the water on the Wicked Witch of the West. It stops her in her tracks, and then she can't move forward with her evil little plan. Because it's over. She's been busted and she has to disappear. But if you don't let her disappear, if you don't catch her, then what she's doing is creating burden for you. And she wants to create that burden one little brick at a time so you don't notice it, so that you feel overburdened, and that way you can stop all of the upgrades that are starting to come through for you. She's not stupid. She's just insane. Okay? It's just not the nicest part of our mind. And we all have it. And she or her mate, the king, like to come up and get busy when things look like they might be going well for us. All right, we've got the, what is this one? The Knight of Coins, the Two of Coins, and the Hermit card. She's going to tell you it's not good enough. It's not fast enough. That's what her whole thing is. Say this upgrade is happening and it's starting to manifest in your finances. Well, that's not enough. Couldn't it have come at a better time? That's not enough, and it's too late. Those kinds of things. She's just trying to, like I said before, sow seeds of discontentment so that you can, hopefully in her plan, unravel all of the good that's happening. Now, when she comes, there's always the spirit's answer to her. And that's here is being represented by the Hermit card. The Hermit has all the power to shine her away and to give you every bit of guidance that you need to navigate successfully. And that's why she is trying to distract you, because if you recognize that you have within you already this wise guide, then you won't turn to her, you'll turn to him. And she wants you to turn to her, and the only way that she knows how to get you to turn to her is by being relentless about some sort of judgment, about some sort of bitching and moaning and complaining about something. And so just be aware of that and call it out. Oop, Queen of Swords. And instead say, I want my inner guide to shine its light on this situation so I can see the truth. And when that happens, when you make that decision, that choice to move from Queen of Swords to Hermit, what you're doing is you're just saying, I'm relinquishing my involvement here with Miss Thing, and I'm instead asking for my inner guide to shine its light upon the situation. Show me what to do, if anything. Very frequently, there's nothing for you to do. Whereas she wants you to get busy because it looks like things are already trying to work out for you, or starting to work out for you in a beautiful way. So a lot of what his response is when you say, what do I do? What do I do? He might very frequently, it doesn't have to be a he, whatever this presence is, might frequently say nothing. Stop doing. Relax, chill out. Let me take care of this for you. Right? And then you'll start to notice that the impatience was unfounded. The fault finding was unfounded, and that the burdens that they cause are unfounded, and that's why those burdens are immediately eliminated for you. Now, if you notice that you're feeling burdened, call on that inner guide, ask for that light to be shined, and cast your burdens on it. It knows what to do. He or she, they know exactly what to do. And you're not meant to carry these burdens. That's why they hurt. They're not supposed to be there. Pain is always a universal tool to show you that something's wrong, because pain's not supposed to be present. Pain is not supposed to happen. So if pain is happening, something's wrong. So if you're feeling any level of pain, whether it's emotional pain, physical pain, mental anguish, whatever it is, just recognize that means that something's happening that's not supposed to, and bring in that inner guide and say, I don't know what to do because I don't want this pain. And the inner guide always has the response of, I've got this. And if there's something for you to do, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I've got this. But you, again, like I always say, what's different about, I did a Facebook post on this about Cernunnos, or the Lord of the Earth, that God, or that Lord of the Earth, has many guises, that horned God, that antlered king. And he takes care of he, in this particular case, right, takes care of all the forest. And he takes care of all the forest through their instinct, like the forest animals, through instinct. That's how he takes care of it. We don't have instinct because we humans have free choice. We have freedom of choice. So that guide, instead of working through instinct, has to work through your willingness. Now, if you ask for the help, if you ask for the guidance, and you turn to it and you connect with it, then you will start instinctively behaving in ways that you didn't used to. And so then that guide can work through your instinct, but it's not just a given like it is with wild animals and creatures of the forest, because they don't have free will. You do. So you have to ask for it. But once you ask for it and you allow yourself to receive it, you're good to go. Isn't that wonderful? And that's why you can listen to that intuition at all times. Now, this here is also, I didn't talk about this Knight of Coins. This Knight of Coins is all about the help that you've been getting. That's part of this, the help that you've been getting both internally and externally. This is frequently involved with finances, which is the thing that seems to be the tool that the Queen of Swords is using to tell you that things aren't good enough. Maybe your finances aren't working out to her liking yet, or something like that. But before she raises her ugly head, it seems like you're already in a really good space mentally and psychically to have all of the financial things that you need work out for you. But until But then she starts to try to put a wrench in it. And then you get into this attitude of there's not enough, or what am I going to do? Or I can't stand this, and all the bad attitude. So call her out on it and relax. Ask for that guidance and allow that guidance to undo all of that and get you back to where you're supposed to be. And that's an upgrade and a turnaround and things working out. Also, if you, like I said, if you're feeling burdened, recognize that those burdens are assigned to you, that something's wrong. You're not supposed to be burdened. You're not supposed to feel this way. And that's why you call upon that inner guide and you cast those burdens on that spirit within you and go free. That's what they are there for. They want you to do that. And then life turns into whatever the universe seems to throw at you. It's no big deal because you can't be burdened, because you've got that inner guide already there showing you what to do, and there's nothing that can harm you. There's nothing that can upset you. It's like peacocks eating thorns. That story of peacocks eating thorns is what makes them grow the beautiful feathers. The thorns being a symbol of whatever the Queen of Swords is telling you. See, this is why you can't be happy. This is why nothing ever works out for you. You get into turning that over to your inner guide, and the inner guide dissolves it. So whatever happens to come about, you don't even call it negative anymore. You don't even have a judgment on it, because you know whatever it is gets taken care of instantaneously. And that just comes through practice. You got to practice that. You got to practice calling out the Queen of Swords when she comes up. You've got to practice calling on that inner guide. You've got to practice casting your burdens. You've got to practice allowing for the upgrades that the universe has for you. You've got to practice receiving the assistance and help that the universe is giving to you. You've got to practice noticing when you're spinning your wheels rather than listening to guidance. And that's just a matter of doing it over and over and over again. And that's why you get plenty of opportunity to practice. And you're doing great, but she doesn't want you to know that. So be on alert and call her out each and every time. Don't put up with that nonsense, because you're not meant to. You're going to do great. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate you. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for another reading, Virgo. Until then, blessed be.